Hi, I'm Shari Berkowitz of the Vertical Workshop. Today, let's talk about how you go over your barrel or your spine corrector for the leg series on the barrel. There is a safe way to do it, and it's really important to learn. And so with that, I've right now got a spine corrector set up on a reformer height mat in my Cadillac. A spine corrector doesn't ever go up on a higher mat, like a proper height Cadillac. It always goes down on the floor or no higher than this kind of raised mat. But in a regular studio, it would be great if you had multiple sizes of regular barrels. And I'm talking the really low barrel, and then the next size, and the next size, and then a spine corrector. Because going over the barrel should not be a scary thing for your clients at first. So get the lowest, slimmest, tiniest little arc of a barrel. So that, and whether it's that little arc or it's a spine corrector, we do the same kind of setup. You sit up on top of the apex. The apex is the tip-top highest point of the barrel. Some, like mine, have a handle right in line with that apex. And then you don't stay there. You go forward of the apex, so that I'm going to roll backwards and my sacrum, the back of my pelvis, is going to be able to be supported. So I hold on. I have 1 foot in the step. If it's a regular barrel, it's 1 foot on the floor. My other leg is out low and long, down on the ground if it's a regular barrel. No legs up in the air, flipping yourself over backwards, and that's why it's scary. My legs are a counterbalance to the rest of my body going over the other way. I round my spine, rotate my pelvis, level with the mat, just like I'm trying to do in short box. As I'm doing that, I push with my foot that's down on the ground and slide my pelvis on top of the barrel and then to the other side of the barrel a little bit. And I land on my upper back, not my head. Then I put my head down and bend my knees into my chest right away. Then I pull the barrel and lift my hips and pull the barrel into the small of my back, my lumbar spine, with my knees bent and I'm holding onto my handles or straps, and make sure I can lift my head up and down easily. I think that that's a little hard on my neck, even though it looked good. No, I can lift my pelvis and push the barrel away just a tiny bit. And much more easily lift my head and neck up, which is better for my neck, where all my blood vessels and nerves that feed my brain and my arms are. I want to protect that. So I have my relative natural low back curve in the barrel and stretch my legs up to the ceiling, and then I could do whatever my exercises are, looking straight to the ceiling with the weight at the center back of my head, whatever the exercise is. All right, now, with that, you might notice, wow, her pelvis is not right on top of the barrel. You're darn right. You do not have to have hip points right on top of the barrel. If I did, I would have a problem. I'd be weighing all of my weight on my neck and head, and that would be bad. And my lumbar spine, my lowest backbone, would be hyperextended. This is not a good place to be. So with that, this is a perfectly great place for me. My lumbar spine is supported on the barrel, and I have an easy time lifting my head up. Now, how do I get out of this after I do my series of exercises? I place my hands right by my hips on the barrel, and I lift my pelvis with the weight of my pelvis off of the barrel, push the barrel away, and roll the back of my pelvis down onto the mat. And so that, again, I've returned to my natural low back curve, and then my legs drape over the barrel. I could stay here for a couple of moments, and then if there's enough room, you can either push the barrel all the way away and come sit up, or if there's not enough room here, I'm going to roll to the side and come sit up. So a very, very safe way to get onto the barrel, off the barrel, and then all set up. I'm going to show it to you again because it's that important. That I sit a little forward of the top of the barrel, 1 foot on the floor, or in this case, the step, and your other leg out long and low. I lightly round my spine, holding onto the handles, and rotate my pelvis level with the top of the barrel, or with the mat. So that means hip points and pubic bones straight to the ceiling. And then, as I'm going, I push with my foot here and roll my pelvis or slide my pelvis to the top of the barrel and my head side of the barrel land on my upper back, not on my head, and I'm hugging the barrel and my elbows are now down on the mat. I land upper back, then head, right away bend my knees into my chest. I check, is my lumbar spine supported by the barrel, close to my natural curves? Do I need to pull the barrel in a little bit? Oh, but for me, if I lift up my head and neck, it's a little bit snug. So I'm gonna push out a little bit, easy head and neck. I got my relative natural low back curve. I look to the ceiling, I stretch my legs up, and I do whatever the exercises are. I finish with my knees strongly into my chest, place my hands right by my hips at the barrel, lift my hips, push the barrel away, roll down to the back of my pelvis, is level on the mat again. Hip points and pubic bones straight to the ceiling, drape my legs over the barrel, and enjoy a relaxing moment, which is so rare in Pilates. Then roll to the side and come sit up. And that's the way to go over the barrel safely. Again, let's remember that this high height of a spine corrector or having a large barrel, if you've got an active Pilates studio, then this is too high for everybody. We start with a very low barrel, the smallest one, the shallowest one possible, then move to the next one and the next one, and then to the spine corrector. So practice on yourself your very safe setups. And then when you're teaching your clients, start with the lowest barrel first. Otherwise, that's a big way to go over to the other side. So be smart how you do this. And if you have an active Pilates studio, you have to have multiple barrels. All right, let me know how this goes. Reach out if you have questions.